Welcome back, students. This is your equations test review video. Our test is going to be on this Thursday, which is 12/4. Okay. I've just picked select problems off of the review sheet. All of the problems on there are good problems for you, but these are ones that are going to help you get ready for the test, so make sure you get these done. Alright, number 3 on the test says the number of shampoo bottles that can be packaged varies directly with the time and minutes spent packaging them as shown in the graph below. It's a direct variation. And we can tell it's a direct variation because, remember, the rules for direct variation were straight line and then origin. So it had to be a straight line, it had to go through the origin. So this is definitely a straight line. It does go through the origin. We're trying to find the rate of change, which is another word for slope. So we're just trying to find our slope here. So we always count from left point to right point. This thing goes up 16, so that's 16 bottles over 40 minutes. Okay. Well, the way the answer choices are written, I don't see 16 out of 40 or 16 over 40. So it leads me to believe that I need to do a decimal. So I'm going to try a decimal. I'm going to take my calculator and just do 16 divided by 40. And that is 0.4 bottles per minute. And so the answer choice C is the correct one. So sometimes you have to go to decimals. Sometimes you have to be willing to go back and forth between decimals and fractions. The next one says the weight of a statue varies directly with the height of a statue. So there's that word again, varies directly. The height of the statue weighs 135 pounds, and it's 3 feet tall. If the height of a new statue is 8 feet tall, how much is the weight? Okay, so we said that varies directly is the same as a proportion. So if it's 135 when it's 3 feet tall, what's it going to be for one that's 8 feet tall? So we multiply 3 times x, and then 8 times 135 is 1080. When it's beside it, we divide it. So divide both sides by 3. And 1080 divided by 3 is 360 pounds. So anytime you see varies directly, you can set up a proportion and solve. Question 7 says the graph represents the amount of gasoline used over a period of time. What does the slope of the graph represent? Okay. Our slope is rise over run. So our rise is our up and down. So this is going to be gallons. And our run is left and right, gallons over minutes. So when we start looking through here, minutes per gallon, that's not right. Gallons per 55, that doesn't have anything to do with it. Gallons per minute looks right. Amount of time, 3 gallons is not right. So it's gallons per minute. The y-intercept. When we do the y-intercept, we highlight the y-axis. And then we look to see where does our line hit the red line. And that's 1, 2, 3. So the y-intercept is 0, 3. Could just be written as b equals 3. Okay, and you could be asked all different kinds of questions. You could be asked the x-intercept. The x-intercept is there. You could be asked the slope, up 3 over 2. So 3 over 2. So you could be asked a lot of different things. You could be asked about what type of slope. It's, of course, a positive slope. So any different things you could be asked on this type of question. Which equation of the line that passes through the point 37 and a slope of negative 2/3? The first thing I would try is this x and y. If we plug in 3 and 7 here, it has to work for this. So if we plug it in here, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 3 times 7 is 21. 6 plus 21 is 27, so that tells me that that one is not right. Same thing here. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 3 times 7 is 14. That's 20, so that doesn't work either. Okay, I plug it in here. 3 times 2 is 6. Negative 3 times 7 is negative 21. And 6 is equal to negative 15, so that looks like that might be it. Here, it's going to be 6 minus 21 again, which is negative 15, so that one is not right. If we had multiple ones that worked for, we'd have to check the slope. This is how we check the slope. 2x minus 3y equals negative 15. We box. We draw our line down. We're going to put this thing in mx plus b form, and we're going to look at the m. So minus 2x to both sides. Negative 3y, negative 15 minus 2x. Divide everything by negative 3. Y equals that goes to positive 5 plus 2/3 x. So this becomes y equals 2/3 x plus 5. So our slope is 2/3, which means this has to have some kind of typo in it, because that should say positive 2/3. Okay, so C is the correct answer, but that's a typo. It should say positive 2/3. Okay, if the graph of y equals 7x minus 3 is translated 6 units up, which equation describes the new graph? Right, we learned the other day in class that when we're looking at an equation, this number, the m, makes it steep or flat, and this number, the b, shifts up or down. So if we want to shift it up 6, that means we're going to add 6 to this number. We're going to leave this one alone, which gets rid of those 2. Negative 3 plus 6 is positive 3, so 7x plus 3 is the correct answer. Here it wants to know which table goes with this. This is a stat edit problem. If we go stat 1, and we just start typing in negative 4, 2, 4, 8, 10.4, 0.8, negative 2.4, and negative 8.8, stat calc 4. This top one I get y equals negative 1, hold on a second, negative 1.6x plus 4. And then I need to convert this negative 1.6 to a fraction, so negative 1.6, math 1, enter. This is negative 8 over 5x plus 4. So close, but not quite right. Try the next one, stat 1. Negative 3, negative 1, 2, 5, negative 12, negative 4, 8, 20, stat calc 4. This time I get y equals 4x plus 0, which is definitely not right. Stat 1. Negative 3, these are all, the x's are all the same this time. The y's are 12, 4, negative 8, and negative 20, stat calc 4. This is y equals negative 4x plus 0, so that doesn't look right. Try the last one. Negative 4, 2, 4, 8, 6.5, 2.75. So this is y equals negative 0.625x plus 4. So the 4 is right. Now I just need to try the negative 0.625, math 1, enter. This is negative 5 over 8 x plus 4, and so this is the right answer. And last one. Since which statement about the linear parent function is not true. We learned that the linear parent function is y equals x, and if we type that into our calculator, it's this perfect line that goes from corner to corner straight through the origin, just like that. And you can type this in your calculator if you ever forget what it looks like. So, it's a graph that goes through the origin. That is correct. It has a slope of -1. That is not correct, because -1 would mean it goes downhill. The equation is y equals x. The x's and y's are the same. If I go to my table and look at y equals x, I see that I get 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So they are in fact identical. So this is the correct answer.